England, honestly, what are you doing? Hi, my name is Sydney, welcome back to my channel, and to 2019, where I feel like things are going to get super wild. I can already tell. We're only a couple weeks into the new year and a bunch of dumb stuff has already happened, but there's one thing that's been my favorite.
Jesus, this is the worst meeting I've ever been in.
Here I was thinking that the Australian Armed Forces were doing a lot of really questionable stuff, but apparently the British Army is trying to rival us now. That's not what you want to hear about your defense force, for sure. It's feeling kind of unsafe. Not good. Anyway, 2018 gave us this gem of a clip from the British Army.
بجعلني مقيم صلاته ومن ذريته ربنا تقبل الله ربنا اغفر لي ولوالدي السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
So stunning, so brave, so iconic. Yeah, yes fam, this is a clip, a genuine clip from the British Army. I also like the part where all other religious groups were represented. Do you get it? Because they weren't. I mean, like, I'm no expert or anything, but I feel like the thing people are least likely to do when they're in the middle of a conflict zone is, get down on their knees and pray. I also like how the other soldiers are like, no one even invited you, Steve. That's also a joke. His name is more than likely Muhammad. But anyway, I was over here thinking that maybe, just maybe, we would leave this type of weird, politically correct nonsense relating to militaries in 2018. That would have been nice. But that's not what happened. So in the last few weeks, the British military again rolled out another ad campaign targeting young people. Millennials. The generation of complaining. My generation, as it turns out. Which is why I'm here. Complaining. Snowflakes and me millennials asked to join ranks of British Army. I mean, like, weird flex, but okay. If you haven't seen what these ads look like, here are the posters. I'll pop them up on the screen now so that you can see what they look like. And I'm not really sure why the British military is targeting millennials in this way. I don't know, maybe they're interested in, like, abject disappointment. London. It's late at night in a British home. In the darkness, the flashing colors of a video game light a teenager's face, his gaze fixed on the screen. I can't get him off that thing, his father says. Up all night he is. Then the image suddenly flashes of a soldier in a field at night, as a voiceover says, stamina, don't underestimate it. This is one of several new recruitment ads the British Army rolled out on Thursday, portraying the derogatory labels applied to young people as strengths. In a statement, the Army said it saw compassion in snowflakes, self-belief in me millennials, and drive in binge gamers. I'm just not entirely, I'm not sure if that works like that. I mean, that's all well and good, but I'm just gonna ask the question, do these skills actually translate into anything useful that might help you not die in a combat position or potentially not kill other people? Probably not. When I watched the video ads for this campaign too, I felt like they were a little less terrible than the posters, but super weird nevertheless.
Can't get him off that thing. Up all night he is.
Stamina. Don't underestimate it.
Dedication! Ready, let's go!
That's just what we need!
I mean, like, real talk, at least this one makes sense. And there's some vaguely transferable skills at play here. But the other ones?
Have you seen her? So slow.
Millennials, useless.
Sounds like a perfectionist to me. Always run with someone like that here!
Resilience.
Slow and steady.
Hello, 2-1 Alpha. This is Whiskey Tango.
4-1 Alpha.
Eyes on target. Unshakable!
Patience. Always welcome.
How does pushing trolleys make you a good soldier? So, I don't live in the UK, thankfully. And it's not like I can say that the defense force in my country is any less politically correct. But I can't help but feel that these kind of ad campaigns are very misguided. Sure, you want to target young people. I get it. Their limbs are agile and their minds are sharp, you would hope. I'm not sure anymore. But snowflakes and oversensitivity and self-absorption and being a class clown and probably not being able to follow the rules, I'm pretty sure that these aren't the sort of people that you want to put into an extremely structured and strict military environment. I'm just saying. We understand the drive they have to succeed and recognize their need for a bigger sense of purpose in a job where they can do something meaningful. Major Jen Paul Nansen, who is in charge of recruitment and initial training, said in a statement. The recruitment drive is part of a 10-year effort by the British Army to maintain its operations around the world and develop its capability for the future. But as European nations face an increasing threat from Russia, Britain and its NATO allies have grappled with falling numbers of military personnel and tight budgets. So we can establish that a lot of this rolls back around to trying to bump up numbers in the army, which obviously makes a lot of sense. It's also what led the British military to start accepting foreign nationals who have never served in a military and who don't even live in the country. So apparently the British military is short 8,200 people from across all areas of its armed forces, which is a shortage that has been going on since 2010. The point here is they ain't in great shape. Now, besides my obvious criticism of ad campaigns like this, I would wager that the existing soldiers and personnel in the British Armed Forces probably have a problem with this as well, because it's embarrassing. In fact, the poor guy whose face was used in the posters for this campaign is in fact part of the armed forces and is planning to resign. It's probably because someone plastered the word snowflake above his head. You know, not exactly something that inspires enthusiasm. I did message him for his opinions on this, but he snubbed me. So there's that too. A Scots guardsman says he's planning to quit the army after his picture was used below the word snowflake in a controversial ad campaign. Stephen McWhirter, my god, 28, slammed the army advertisement posters and told colleagues he was not told this photo would be used in this way. According to friends, the guardsman based in Wellington Barracks in Westminster has been inundated with mocking messages and left open to ridicule, the Daily Mail reported. The soldier expressed his fury on Facebook while speaking to other troops about the £1.5 million campaign. One soldier wrote, "Imagine the army taking a photo of you and writing snowflake in massive letters above your head. I'd be signed straight off." Guardsman McWhirter responded, "Don't effing worry, mate, I am." He added that he would formally submit his resignation as soon as he could. So not only do these type of targeted ad campaigns alienate the existing military personnel, because like I said, they's embarrassing, but it also probably doesn't even have the intended effect on the regular civilian population. So let's look at my handy-dandy statistics. 1/5 of Britons say they would be prepared to join the armed forces if the UK went to war, according to a YouGov poll. And we're off to not a good start. When asked if they would enlist if Britain joined a war of similar severity to the Second World War, 20% said yes, a decrease of 5% from 2016 when YouGov asked the same question, while 70% said no. Great, that really puts it in perspective for ya. So let's see what the millennials had to say. 4 in 10 millennials would dodge conscription if World War III broke out. Excellent. Millennial women are the most likely draft dodgers, with 47% saying they would try and avoid military service if possible. This compares to 34% of male millennials. Now, remind me again who the military is currently targeting? Yes, this fills me with confidence for the future. I'm just gonna spitball some ideas here, but I'm thinking that if you consistently stomp on the military, tell people how unimportant it is and how important human rights are, in opposition to the military, and then also completely destroy nationalism and patriotism, I'm thinking you don't really stand that great of a chance of asking people to join. Yeah, I'm thinking if you stomp all over the military and your country and sovereignty and nationalism and patriotism, people probably won't want to join. And all of that has been demonstrated time and time and time again in all this anti-Brexit, yes EU nonsense that a lot of millennials seem to go on with. And let's be fair, targeting an entire generation of people who are reasonably self-absorbed, not very good at hard work, not very patriotic, and probably don't want to support the military an awful lot, and I'm thinking that trying to recruit them to be shot at is not gonna work. This is like a free web of reasons why this recruitment drive is not gonna work. I don't even work for the military. Maybe I should. Real talk though, whoever's coming up with these ideas for ad campaigns, you're fired. I think compounding this is the fact that the attitude towards the military and nationalism are pretty different between the older generation and my generation and Gen Z. Those aged 25 to 49 are least likely to be willing to go to war, with 1 in 6, 16% saying they would, compared to around 1 in 5 under 25s, 23%, 50 to 64-year-olds, 22%, and those aged 65 plus, 21%. So I guess my overarching point here is that if the military does intend to target this generation of young people, they need to realize that they're going to be fighting an uphill battle, especially considering the fact that there's not a lot of overarching national support from the millennial generation in Britain. A quarter of 18 to 24-year-olds think patriotism does not really matter in modern society, and only 18% feel very patriotic. Totally did not see that one coming. In my opinion, looking for recruits in millennials or snowflakes or me's is probably not going to equate to the most efficient armed forces. In fact, making ads about Muslims stopping to pray in the middle of like a recon mission or whatever it is that they're doing in that field doesn't exactly make you sit up and say, hey, there's an army that respects itself. If you follow me for a little while or you follow me on other social media, you will know that I am overwhelmingly supportive of the troops and the armed forces, particularly in Australia. So when I am critical of things like this, it's not because I'm going after the actual soldiers and military personnel, but more that I have a problem with the higher-ups who make really, really stupid decisions. In the end, I think that if the British Army actually wanted to drive up its recruitment numbers, it would probably do so by demonstrating a little bit of self-respect and the fact that it isn't entirely 100% politically correct all the time. Targeting millennials in this kind of way is always going to be incredibly difficult because, let's be fair, the people who want to join the armed forces probably aren't the people who are selfie addicts or the class clown or me millennials. And in the end, to the rest of us, putting out ad campaigns like this just makes the armed forces come across as a little bit weak and a lot inefficient.
I just told you!
Even ads from just over 10 years ago are still better than the crap that they're churning out today. In fact, an American military ad from just over 2 months ago is still better than the crap they're churning out today.
There are those who stand forever ready. Ready to defend the nation. Ready to fight for what matters. No matter what.
Let's go! Get my round in there!
Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
Haha, I'll have what he's having. Thank you. Warriors wanted. You see that, England? America wants warriors. Not millennials or binge gamers or snowflakes or selfie addicts. Warriors. Anyway, the long and short of what I'm trying to say here is I feel really sad for the fact that there are so many Western militaries who feel as though it's more important to appear tolerant of feelings, compassionate, and kind, and politically correct, let's not forget that one, rather than actually doing what their job is and what they're designed to do, which is protect the sovereignty of the country that they are and help allies in times of need. And while this ad campaign might have its heart in the right place, trying to target millennials, what it really goes to show is where the British Army actually is in terms of the way that it thinks about itself as an army and the recruits that it would like to have, which doesn't fill me with any confidence. Anyway, what do you guys think of this ad campaign? Total flop or superstars? And as always, if you guys like the video, hit subscribe and the thumbs up button, because apparently that's a thing. If you want to leave a comment, feel free to do so. Just don't be rude about it. And I will see you guys next time. Hopefully not on a 39-degree day.